Alexandria most of all, a port city on the Mediterranean coast of Egypt, an ancient city founded by Alexander the Great. Alexandria, the city that Kafafy was born in and died in.
You'll walk the same streets, grow old in the same neighborhoods, turn grey in these same houses. You'll always end up in this city. Don't hope for things elsewhere. There's no ship for you. There's no road. Now that you've wasted your life here in this small corner, you've destroyed it everywhere in the world. You won't find a new country, won't find another shore. This city will always pursue you. With no consideration, no pity, no shame, they've built walls around me, thick and high. And now I sit here feeling hopeless. I can't think of anything else. This fate gnaws my mind, because I had so much to do outside. When they were building the walls, how could I not have noticed? But I never heard the builders, not a sound. Imperceptibly, they've closed me off from the outside world.
No, in this house, down, it was a bordel. Pardon,
Madame Krestina, owner of the elite cafe in Alexandria and a living link with Kafafy. Kafafy's partner, Spiros Sangopoulos, used to eat at the elite cafe, and over dinner he would tell Madame Krestina stories about the great poet. She records that Kafafy liked the area of Alexandria he lived in because it was near to a brothel where men could go for pleasure, and near to a church where they could go afterwards to repent, and near to a hospital where they could go to die. In fact, Kafafy lived above a brothel, and on hot days the prostitutes would call up to the poet, asking him to tip water over them from his balcony.
I was very afraid of death. To die. He was very, very afraid. Unhappy, and so he was thinking that he will die one day.
In these dark rooms where I live out empty days, I wander round and round, trying to find the windows. It will be a great relief when the window opens. But the windows aren't there to be found, or at least I can't find them. And perhaps it's better if I don't find them. Perhaps the light will prove another tyranny. Who knows what new things it will expose.
Mr. Panayotis Soulos, head of the dwindling Greek community in Alexandria and former owner of Alexandria's luxurious Metropole Hotel. He is old enough to remember meeting Kafafy, and today, almost a century later, he can gossip about Kafafy as if the poet was still living a few blocks down the road. He remembers Kafafy's preference for young men, particularly working-class young men, mechanics with filthy hands covered in grease. And he remembers Kafafy's long-term younger lover, Spiros Sangopoulos.
Sangopoulos, that was his boyfriend. You know? Spiros Sangopoulos. Yes, I heard stories about him.
Friend of mine.
A friend of yours?
Oh.
Something very special. For me, he's the greatest poet in our time.
At midnight, when suddenly you hear an invisible procession going by with exquisite music, voices, don't mourn your luck that's failing now, work gone wrong, your plans all proving deceptive. Don't mourn them uselessly. As one long prepared and full of courage, say goodbye to her, to Alexandria, who is leaving. Above all, don't fool yourself. Don't say it was a dream, your ears deceived you. Don't degrade yourself with empty hopes like these. As one long prepared and full of courage, as is right for you who were given this kind of city, go firmly to the window and listen with deep emotion. But not with the whining, the pleas of a coward. Listen, your final pleasure, to the voices, to the exquisite music of that strange procession. Say goodbye to her, to the Alexandria you are losing.